No, sit. No, you may not leave. No, you may not leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a video.
This will be a fun one. Okay, remember the meetings you had after or whatever? So, coach is like, so instead of, okay, just you put that short. Because Adam can't play.
All right. Lovely group we have here. I have zero tolerance, as I was telling everyone earlier. If you hand something in today, that's fine. I can tell you right now there are too many of you for me to just check it off and dismiss you. We'll try and do it in an orderly fashion, but I want to point out to you your rough draft Stephen McCarr, you just handed your rough draft in. We have not conferenced on it, so get back in here. Nice try. Several of you I am seeing for the first time since the semester began. Hayes, you can leave. You're caught up. Taylor, you're caught up. Go ahead and leave. And I'll tell you right now, like I said, zero tolerance. And those of you who have not been attending, I'll tell you right now, you're already scheduled for May 28th. You'll be, because I have twice as many of you already done and ready to go and signed up to go on the 24th. And I'm a little annoyed that now you're expecting some sort of immaculate reception of information to get this going. Now then, you've missed several weeks. At this point, you need to get a rough draft in. Forget about the Turnitin at this point. I'll just give you a 0 on that. It was only productivity anyway. The main point of Turnitin was for you to be checking your plagiarism and seeing that, yes, I do have information from other sources. How am I citing it, etc. But when you hand in your rough draft today, I will mark it off. Or some of you I know did hand it in, we just haven't conferenced over it. And we've got to get that done before I check you off as well. Like Stephen here, came in before school, lovely. Handed in, but we still haven't conferenced. I haven't had a chance to look at your paper. All right, so you get to be with us here today. Now then, so plan on being here again tomorrow during second period until we get this taken care of. I've got to look at your paper, conference with you about it, and then send you on your merry way. Then before Friday, if you want to be part of the April 24th, and I'll tell you, looking around here right now, there's at least 6 to 8 of you who are going to have to go to Mr. Jumper for that permission because your attendance has been so poor. And I'll let you know who you are when you hand in your rough draft. I cannot okay you signing up for April 24th. Only Mr. Jumper can, okay? When you hand in your final, you'll attach this gold checklist sheet. On the front side, you need to go through everything on your paper, all right? Make sure that it corresponds, that you have all of these items listed. On the back side is an opportunity for peer review or peer checking. By all means, do it. It's extra points. However, there was one, Erin, what time did you get to school today? Because your name was on one, signed off on one, and I had just given it to the person, so I couldn't imagine how it could have been your signature signing off.
First period Dakota?
Yeah.
We went over it first period like right before class.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll
it really was me.
Okay, I'll think about that. So understand that this is worth, the peer editing side is worth some extra points to you. Now then, when you hand in your paper, however, you need to have this all filled out. This is your final, which I am taking for granted many of you may hand in before Friday. But if you want to present on the 24th of April, you'll definitely get it in by Friday. And then you put the blue rubric on it, okay? Now, the other thing I want to make very clear, next week is exceedingly want to present on April 24th. So look at your schedule. If you have a dentist appointment, or, I'm sorry, a choir lesson, or a band lesson, you'd better fix it right now. Because if you miss class next week, you definitely don't present on April 24th, right? And clean that smirk right off your face, Diedick. I tell you right now, it's not that funny. All right? Good. I'm serious about it. If you're not at class next week, because guess what we're doing next week? We are no longer in the IC. We're back in my room practicing speeches. So by next week, you need to have not only handed in your paper, but you need to have an outline of a speech. And that's on the back of the white speech rubric. Okay, this could not be any easier. This is what you've got to get done. You've got a week here now of second period to come and work on this and get it done. And I'll be honest with you,